So it's basically time for bed, but I'm having some kind of anxiety, and I wanted to quickly make this video just to let it out. So I have been renting this apartment and I'm about to complete my first year next month. And right now I am going through a pretty intense negotiation with my landlord. Well, technically the property management, because here you don't always deal directly with the owner. There's a middleman handling everything. I think in some countries they call it broker or something like that. So in my case, the owner's name on the contract is the same as the company managing the property. So I'm assuming they are connected somehow. Now, the issue is they want to increase my rent. And here in Dubai, there's something they called the RERA rental index calculator. It's basically a government system that tells you if your rent can be legally increased and by how much. So it's like a platform or a website, and from there you can check all of these things. So I checked mine, and it clearly states 0% increase, which means an increase is not applicable for my unit. But despite that, the property management is still insisting on raising my rent. And at first, they proposed around a 12% increase. And after a lot of emails and messages, because I was refusing, because I want to stick to my ground, and I was telling them that the law says there should be no increase for my unit this year. But yeah, they are also very firm, telling me that they are basing the increase on the market condition. They reduce it slightly, but it's still around 10%, which is still very high. I mean, I've been negotiating with them for almost 2 months now. And to be fair, I didn't want to be a difficult tenant. I wanted to be like cooperative, and I want to have a very good relationship with them because I wanted to stay in this apartment long term. So I tried to meet them halfway. I ended up voluntarily offering a 5% increase, even though legally I don't have to do that. But they still refused. Another important detail is that landlords are required to actually give a 90-day notice before increasing the rent. And after checking my timeline, or the time that they have formally notified me, it seems like they didn't follow that properly either. So right now, I actually have two very strong points. The first one being that the RERA index calculator states that there's 0% increase for this unit. And the second one is that they actually failed to properly notify me within 90 days. And because of that, I started to research my other options. Of course, no, I'm not moving out from this studio. I have no intentions of doing that. And if ever I will need to move out, I don't want to move out in a very rushed way. I'm having some iced rooibos tea. It's 2 a.m. already and I'm still awake. I'm actually tired, but I couldn't sleep because I've been thinking about this thing um, for the past few days already. Because of that, again, I started researching my options and I found out about something called an offer and deposit case through the Rental Dispute Center. This is basically a service where if a landlord refuses to follow the law, you can file a case against them. You can basically go and access this service online, or you can also proceed to a trustee center where there are staffs who can do it for you. So you basically submit your documents and they will hold the checks in their vault and notify the landlord that you did file for this offer and deposit case. So this process can protect you from illegal increases. You can do it online for a smaller fee, or again, you can proceed to a typing center where they do everything for you. But of course, it's going to cost you more. So I have already prepared all of my documents, but honestly, this is kind of like my last resort. And if I can avoid doing this, by all means, I don't want to go to this. This is my first time doing it, if ever, to save a few thousand dirhams. Before doing that, again, I tried my very best to communicate respectfully and politely to the property management. I told her that I do appreciate her efforts, but I also need to protect myself as a tenant and, fight for my rights. I made it clear that I understand the law and that I'm willing to compromise. So right now, I am still waiting for their final response, or if ever they will still respond. I just really hope I'll be able to secure a reasonable rent for this apartment. I really love my place. This is my sanctuary. It's my first place here, and I'm honestly willing to sacrifice a lot just so I don't have to go back to sharing a space with other people again. I mean, it's not good for my mental health, my routine, or my peace of mind. And I've already sacrificed a lot just to have this place and to be able to stay here. So this really matters to me. I'll give you guys an update if you are interested, or if you're someone who lives here in Dubai and is dealing with the same struggles and challenges, or if you are in the same position, if you are renewing your this and your landlord is imposing an illegal rent increase. Today is the day that I am expecting a response, or maybe no response at all from them. I already told her that if I don't hear back from her or from her team, then I'll take that as their answer, or I'll take that as another no from them. And at that point, my only option is to go through the very tedious process of dealing with this thing. I don't really want to go through this route because it's just another thing to stress about, another thing to consume my free time, especially with work and how hot it is right now. Ah, but yeah, if this is what I need to do, then I have to do it because no one else will do it for me. I'm alone. I'm living alone. That's one downside of living alone. You have to do everything by yourself. So yeah, wish me luck, and I really hope this works out. Good night.